and watch 9:38 yatena the Monday edition of Insure Passport Jumadino de Bramo Copim Sadumino. Ababa number 2 of Bianca Jumadino so as usual. Gabi Tram Gabi the phone at Tenas or Day a common in our fee if from an bar and somehow draw. Yabo born in the fist some yaman and some of the father come on our fee. Ya charging at the Afaho, I would Jumadino and Sana. Ya Jadia Canadi Amamo. Namus Robert Chamadri, Ewo, Jumadino Esso. Yamamina Cherry and any Damase. Say an opemacho say Insure Passports. Over the others. Nah, Jumadino say live our YouTube Insure TV. YouTube Insure TV. Oba. Now subscribe to channel Nampacho, subscribe channel no. And Mammy, where we no, now a message no. Our garbage from the air by a bar. Messages are Modiabanino. Yabaken Kain and so. At the Amamo and the Real Madrid presidential election on some you better come up Kakrania or Florentino Perez and a nipa on a call elections on some our ha in the nan you better come up abo a Jumadia so Nyamiya Doma 2026 FIFA World Cup no Yawadaya and a chance here now said you when you say a repeat of 2010 Sarabaka World Cup no. The opening game na between South Africa and na Omeya from Mexico. This time Mexico, South Africa. Omana ebepo the opening game. Number 7 p.m. Ghana time. And na ya sa game no so honsam no ebetimi ato dwan yebedin komo. Na World Cup isha say and na Iran and na Iraq. Omo officials are say complaining. Say in fact acquire US minor ediomo airfa so omo officials dey fa so omo any ensheda enye ho ade a omo say omo officials in bebre ho a US for no entimi amomo ngwam awo eye US and in some p and so sa complaints no ye be din common ahwe say on some no and so at say Black Stars and Honduras game no is in limbo na on some ye be din komo kakra ne ahwe Black Stars ahomboabo Omoye ahead of the World Cup. And in some P and at here for Yatana Monday edition of Insure the Guitar Passports. Yabo one in the Nanona, Yadibram, Nemum Jisse, Gabi Tram, Gabi the foreigner at the Yakoba, nearby the Sama Canin Nano, Etimi at the Abram Riches Donkor, Ubitimi, Afeme Richardo. Pamcho, Yakoba CCA, na Yabato Medina so. Eddie Amam, good morning.
Amuzu garlic bitters, mamoja dear frusani ye, blood pressure.
Do you know that that's
yes, sir.
The consensus was that bring in Jose Mourinho. He is very familiar with the team. Only team no dada. Because yes, he has coached at Real Madrid before, but if he walks into that dressing room, there are certain egos he will instantly quell those egos and they will become non-disruptive in that Real Madrid dressing room. It's not enough for Adrian to say no. Jose Mourinho would come and be the next coach for Real Madrid. Wabra, Florentino Perez, and that's what on my arrangements that are in fact pre-contract agreements. So it is left with just Florentino Perez to win the election tomorrow, and then it will be confirmed. Say, Jose Mourinho is the next coach for Real Madrid. Pakabi, just look at what is going on over there. Just look at what is going on over there. It's me, Papa Nini. Enrique will tell me. Nobody was so bad. And in Holland, year 1, Rodri year 2. In teacher said, "Oh, 2 Man City 4 players near you." Now, that be one thing. One person would have asked, say, but is it ethical? Someone young president, but now, no, in your campaign promise, you are telling the whole world, say, players, you know, players for different clubs. Who they also work for I'm a Real Madrid. Because contractually, no, they are not free agents for you to go and say okay, for which reason I am allowed to talk to them. me say Man City for akasa. In fact, the agent of Erling Haaland no Esreye said this is a very laughable thing to say from Enrique Riquelme. Say anya power na wo hwehwe. What business do you have talking about Erling Haaland and Rodri? Say we win election or for Maba. What kind of relationship have you built with them? What is it about those two players? You want to bring them into the team to come and change it. What is it about them? What special thing have you realized? And for which reason you want to use that as a campaign promise? Whether or not delegates never falling for that kind of tactics, no, is left to be seen. Because Gabi, everybody knows at this point that Real Madrid have spoken to Papa Efren Jose Mourinho, and definitely, once Florentino Perez wins that election, there is no way Jose Mourinho does not become the next coach. And when we say Oko Real Madrid Kromo Hona, Oko Kromo Hona, Madrid Kromo Hona, Nkomo Bebre Air Kosu say is Jose Mourinho the right person to come and take this job at this time? Because you need Jose Mourinho. Also, one, na the attitude and then the ego and so aba clashing. So at that point, what is the conversation? Entina Riquelme so Edina no A2. Say okay, now that he has spotted the controversies going on, then you also throw himself in the ring to suggest that he also has the leveraging power to bring two key players. Gabi, that is not the end. Only Masama Osaka can or say Oba, another person that he thinks he can bring into a Real Madrid fold, a Jurgen Klopp. But we also know that Jurgen Klopp Akasa. That at this point he wants to focus on the Red Bull Juma or yes here. So I mean, it will be quite difficult. Say after Enrique Riquelme Ebeji presidency, no, he will go and bring somebody like Jurgen Klopp, somebody Real Madrid Juma. So at this point, no, Obi Abeji mienu Okoto aba on Sadana Echana. You are considering whether you will believe Enrique Riquelme, and I say you will believe in Florentino Perez. Why you Jumana Cha owning Real Madrid in and out, through and through. Bakabi will be Samia. Florentino Perez is a more believable person than Enrique Riquelme. The Enrique Riquelme Eka Siciano is more of a bold direction. It takes more than just a few months to an election to decide. Say Ebia Oba Kofa Jurgen Klopp, Oba Kofa Rodri, Oba Kofa Erling Haaland. Ka o shase ka sadie we ntem dia. Kebeji wedi. Say at least what kwa ye wadwuma. E na waba o pese woji adwuma ni si wona so pese o Real Madrid president ntina wo kasa. For just a few weeks to election. Na power ntina wo kasa semwe dia Gabi. I honestly do not think say Enrique Riquelme ne kasa or kasa. I don't think it's a believable story. Meaning so what do you sad dia? I don't know.
As a mother supporters say akwana adwuma na untimi nye because the okay can na almost nye feasible because a coach here o can ask me and where ya na agent be kasa was it is annoying some better say papa na kasa answer because there's no plan made they say omo ba be feel Red Bull na impo sanka ade ankan kasa won bi kurampo approach bi kurampo ba. Then you say so when Oba what did approach BMI what did you TV so na kasa
and one is wakofa Real Madrid jersey or printing Haaland go actually what they about man say oh ko filing Haaland ba me wa player hin player
but niema ye de bubo tokuro e wo bi ti say Florentino Perez na adwuma mu now betimi awen ahead of him no
he has not been able to attack that
enye we mu dey attack untimi o attack ma o attack ya baby anko start here yes oba beka say enya rewo say Madrid ebo game and I say Spain bebo game na unya any Madrid player even West Ham no e home bisa na o attack 2 years ni Madrid said that NJ we
omo she dan gumi Spain player bi awon e ka obetia po omo na
2 years ni Madrid consistency was dressing room any good and let's say I want now pointy holes wait me there pointy holes na say we me there player to there
say anything
na only player to Florentino Perez
and that is why make they say it is a very sad thing say he decided to adopt this approach. The fact say Erling Haaland himself Mpuno enka bibia say Bianca Real Madrid onya obebo enka Real Madrid enka say Haaland kran eka same way in the past say enka me Real Madrid and kamebo that will reinforce Sadia ya okoye o TV so eko pretty Erling Haaland at Jesse a printing the a printing number egu echire and the chairman say so ko file Erling Haaland number. I don't think this works. In Tiachano, I strongly believe that Florentino Perez will win again. And once he wins, Jose Mourinho will come in. He will become the coach of Real Madrid. Yeah. And Ejuma Opeso will be in Real Madrid hall and correct the dressing room. No, I think he'll be able to do that. Because I think Emu had too much. But Benfica for Onswa Kasa. Benfica for Nhyira. Once Florentino Perez wins that election, not Jose Mourinho ebeji ejuma no ya. Real Madrid for betua 15 million as a release clause to Benfica because no under contract. And Real Madrid for Nigeria say at least ono eno mu hia no so bebo ejuma ma omo. Enti sadia eno mu betua. But it's all dependent on how the election goes tomorrow, which I've already said, Florentino Perez will win.
And mere formalities normal.
It will not be difficult. Gabi, you remember World Cup, no? So, but in 10 times, so say,
Antonio Ariola.
Yes, yes.
Liverpool for
Liverpool, yes. Yeah. And maybe who news, no? I was a bit worried because I was in the past in Liverpool, the way they appoint their coaches, no? Yeah, only very careful, kakra.
Okay.
They don't just get up and appoint a coach. And as someone appointed coach Numpuna, they look at specific characteristics. I work coach in one, no Fanaba. So Bekaya, coaches like Rafa Benitez, right? Coaches like Brendan Rodgers, Kenny Dalglish, they had a certain character and they had something peculiar about them. Now, maybe look at Jurgen Klopp. Initially, I would go for a Jurgen Klopp. No, maybe he was not that charismatic. Instantly, over Liverpool, Jumano. But there was a traitor who said no, because of the track record that he had built in the past. No, Coach William and the timer, a bit near baby. This time, Oma taking different approach. A Premier League proven manager in the person of Antonio Ariola. Share Ejuma on the Bournemouth. They went 16 to 17 games unbeaten and started a season way end the year. And the many things are Papa way it looks like he can offer Liverpool. But so coach say 2 years contract. What does it signal? It signals say they are suddenly definite trust in him. Ebia Udina Bay. Person will go 1 year now. Utnaichi now share the performance.
Okay.
To see whether he will perform or not. As a woman in long-term contract. Because Ushe Michael Carrick no contracts is up to 2028, 2 years. To me, you know, the signal was that the Michael Carrick but the Juman Bamano. But your person is telling me for 2 years. Because Man United bebo Champions League.
Yeah.
Obebo EFL, Obebo Carabao, Obebo FA Cup, Obebo Premier League. These are different competitions for 1 season. Ye man sa time na ni ye getting ni ahwe so be ye adwuma na oyi ni ye dia will give him a long-term contract. It doesn't look to me as if say Liverpool really wanted to appoint him
because of the number of years in India now.
Enya nkwa.
Okay.
After losing out on Xabi Alonso, Gabi, coach Ben Bium na boko akofa. Because I know for sure say nka Chelsea e delay kakra. And I want kofa Xabi Alonso. And I Liverpool here more so on Pam and the slot. The next person would have brought is Xabi Alonso. No two ways about that.
So, Thomas Jurgen Klopp over where players over 2 years and in a Juma or yeah with Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Motamo, Firmino, Diogo Firmino Ade. Kind of fast to see a team. Yeah. Fabian Mufifi Munka Krakra. Was he saying
balancing the team? No.
Don't you think, say? Adumana Antonio Ariola, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
From last season, any this season, neighbor, number of players are key ones are when we free ho.
Yeah.
Or try go back esan de bi ba rekwa am fa so mulusu semenyo
yeah
ema sisi a junior groupie
sisi abegye yeah
no ordinary mu hwe Melos Kakes right
yes ofri
ko Liverpool
yeah
wa fix it utimi sanka Antonio Ariola team Belm of Nanka office anka emu beye hakura ma team na conform so na wa try so betimi ameki bibi with let me say quality e from as compared to the Albanian war Liverpool any Liverpool we mu sika fen we for sika to buy don't you think say aduma na young club ebe for your sister ni kakra kan enye nsusu dua na bi no mode e ma Antonio Ariola na
Bagabi inti according to their own canon, the dynamics for Onono be different, for Ariola be different. Because Liverpool, Obekaya last season, breaking the English transfer record for transfers twice in one season. At this point, we can all say for sure, say Liverpool have done their recruitment major. I don't see the number of players on Ometoma Ariola. I don't think it will be even more than 2.
Yeah, of course.
Because recruitment has been done.
Because Alexander Isak from Vet. Yeah, of course.
Jeremy Frimpong now for mobile. So right now, the only expectation is performance. You can't make excuses for player. For players no. Which is why I always say, I didn't see the reason to sack Anslot. I know this isn't 1 yard here. This isn't 1 yard here, and we all know it. But for a manager who has won the Premier League before, Gabi, don't you think, say, irrespective of whatever the club has gone through, would the woman 1 season be more yard in here?
Liverpool for believe say, sir, trophy no waji, league no waji, was a Juma jogging club eja no hono. Ano be didi hu a wa head anya Juma dia. Until
that was a woman the time, say last no top players man. Anko Yana Chese Ebiana, he was the bad manager.
Okay.
Gabi, you know what happened to Liverpool? They lost Diogo Jota. Very cruel accident. Those were one of the many things that happened to Liverpool last season. In terms of managerial side, we said no. The direction we want to go is different. Okay. But as an analyst, because Liverpool, they wanted to be very meticulous about hiring a coach. It looks like the very convenient decision to make after say Omone and Slot agreement is to bring in Ariola. As to whether he will succeed, a very tricky kakra. And I just like this graphic because they say no, a person offer Alex Scott. I become who Liverpool. Because on set like a manager like this, he will want to work with players or only Mudada. Because it's a new environment. Liverpool needs a Bournemouth. Liverpool dynamics no, and a Bournemouth a totally different.
Okay.
It is a whole bahona. You want to be very careful and see whether you can get players who can really help you to achieve what you want. Now, Gabi, quickly, Leandro Trossard also were on the radar of Atletico Madrid. Person who can free Arsenal. No more share a juma bits me about Andy Robertson in Susa. They said no, they said we need deal now. What sign yama a Toriam Hotspur almost potentially be a budget number 2. Na Toriam Hotspur so any more story how they managed to survive this season. They want to see how they can get him. Just before I came on air, and I'm who say he got Thiago, Manchester United for Dinechi. 70 million for the guy. And I think Michael Carrick, he wants to get at least 1 or 2 more signings about one next season. And say he got Thiago, Manchester United for Gabi, they will become a very dangerous side next season. Very dangerous. Because look at the numbers this season. Close to about 20 goals for Brentford. Now we bring penalties. But to be a key man in that Brentford team and help them to play in at one qualify for Europe, but to help them to perform this season so well, no. Otimiko joining Man United, yeah, Charlie. Me only saw bit me abo adwuma o. Kabi yemfi on the World Cup on come because I can't just 5 days. Now 5 days no. I think euphoria no at this point looks gradually warmeba. I think Black Stars come be brave. And I because still now unfortunately I'm not too confident in the team. But Gabi, this particular World Cup a very, very, very interesting World Cup. Yes, it's the first expanded version, 48 teams in the ball. And out of that 48 teams, we are going to get about 102 matches. Matches be brave. But Gabi, there are a lot of new rules. I was saying,
okay.
Because Usha rules now, there are a lot of teams that would have to do everything possible not to violate some of these rules. And it looks to me as if, say, if you are a team going to play this World Cup, you have to spend more time psyching your players not to commit anything that would violate these rules. Because so one kasa will plan for games. Now when him say rules, new ones about now also will follow some rules. So the player team be good standing there. Then it means that you'd have to psych your players and keep on repeating it to them. Now, what are these rules? Now, the first one, and they say, team being throw in or be two throw now. There's a 5-second counter. 85 seconds, no sooner one throw ball now. It is a foul for the opposition. It is a foul. You be just out to number opposition to start through. Goal kicking so sir. Sekipa enya goal kicker was so busi manasa or pass it from the back. Now we're spending more than 5 seconds. You be corner kick. I'm an opponent na manabo. So you can imagine. Say be a Ghana ye bebo. Now atizika ko fa ball goal kick. Now us wasting more than 5 seconds. Now Panama for ya be nya corner kick. Panama for 2 corner kick ne ba ya go 1-0 against Ghana because you see atiziginya goal kick no 1 in 10 I'm a 5 seconds abesi atwam. So Gabi, you can imagine 5 seconds 1-2 ball now 1-2 cross 1 goal kick now corner kick against you. Now the next one is substitutions. Into substitute they have only 10 seconds to leave the park. It wouldn't say their baby original. You exit the pitch and allow the player who is coming on to come on. Now asem the nasem koni baby. Iti one then is player now all bano. Untimi in backfield ne so for at least the next 1 minute. And player now all film na also film. It will team number with 10 players. You can imagine. Off the field treatment in so sa. Ebi awenya foul and as a player be the form. Na ebia ne na ye ne ya na bibisa na the player needs to be treated off the pitch, and off the pitch no the player must be treated for 1 minute, but there are exceptions. Ebia goalkeeper ne there say also that goal, so you'll be treated on the pitch.
Okay,
but off the field treatments must last for 1 minute. They must stay on the field. Player or you're treating will also stay off the pitch for 1 minute. Answer no waba. Then players covering their mouths. Say asema Christiani kofa bae. Eno ho rule no modi bae.
Yeah.
It won't mean katawa no enye se wo ka asem ya kire wo opponent. Once you do that, you are red carded. Corners can be checked by the video assistant referee. Inti be a corner kick be bae. And a referee no one ye and OG against one team. Said there's a protest be bem dia obet me akwa hwe ne van so. Abesesa ne decision. Second yellow card so sir. Ebia
on ASA corner kicks. One say wo bebo a obo say players ni suso mumu ho.
Good.
Enti say wa boy wie no goal ni hye. Kra na say so mo check on ebia suso mu bi a wo suso player bi mu. Ana say twe atwe player na say player ne header eja na won to ho a they will review it. Ese go ni gina be gina. Ese go no omo disalawa ombe disalawa. Enti no na say e corner kick na omo kobo no nko na mum waboko na their players ne be in the 80-yard box no and so mo review.
And which is very important because Gabi, we have seen how teams are misusing the corner kick to misbehave.
Okay.
Maybe Obibeka said maybe that's not the right way to use. But me situating in a certain context. Because corner kick aba. Afi players akokata goalkeeper nanim. And nyema bebre. Enti I mean all of these rules are important. But Gabi Obi Kase. Pasal rules when you na end slow game ne down. England was and slow game down.
But what you say deliberate attempt say omo be yi you can say time waste na free. And so na be game no be through. And tell me say the tempo of game no mum no pese e cost room because say delay as never na ma game near boring.
But don't you also think say if for example yes see there's a certain foul into was a player be second yellow card. Yes there be yanko checking of video assistant referee. After referee ko gina wa o shot na. Anyway ya foul and ya foul and ya foul and ya foul. Na video ko gina be 5 minutes.
Better 50-50 with this rules wo dey abai. If say team bia ye mamo line up na ye the way kire mu a wan kaza wa adwene mu no wo ba park no so wa cycle won say wonya de be team ama with team aye de ho akire no until you be attempting to play the game obama game na flow until 50-50 it can go betima go there other way na say betima until 50-50 na na you will proper. Okay,
I think it will waste time. But answer na me wie no this was opta for omoka say omo ye simulation be to predict the obewini World Cup no. Inti omo ye for all the countries probability. So obewini World Cup no. Now Spain at the first 52% to play quarter final. 39% to play semi final. 26% to win to go to the final and 16% as winner. Into what should ye Gabi? Spain, France, England, Argentina, Portugal, Brazil, Germany, Netherlands. I think they didn't make a mistake over here.
So from uptown, Argentina, Argentina, France, and Spain, and they had the first three.
Yes, Spain, France, England. Probability to reach the final. And win.
Me can win a hona boy.
Okay, win a hona na wo hwe.
Me win an pe.
I know hwe.
Me hwe fan me pe win an pe. And do we win an dia. Na da me say Spain 16.1.
Yes.
Then no about be fa
France
13. No about be fa 10.
England 11.
Oh, okay, England 11.
England 11.
And Argentina
about 10.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think they made a mistake.
Any bad mumu there.
Who's any bad?
I just say Germany there. Oman for Brazil
was 6. Only 6%.
Ghana minimum.
But the question is looking at this, my question was that also for the GD say Argentina betinya a retain the title.
Ghana who around 37 or side range no. Ghana who
to win.
Ghana who around 37 39 ho baby. So obe perform.
Okay, so we're first 10.
We're first 10.
And yeah, what 30 plus more.
My Ghana for the new but the person me bisa question ni biem. Also, I'm for the GD say Argentina betinya retain the title no.
Yeah.
But from what we are seeing over here, 10%. Gabi, do you think Argentina have what it takes to retain a more title?
Oh, say they opt for analysis.
How about who saying?
You see, so 4 clubs you see, you start here. How I best started?
And
they determine quite the first one by Obey.
But so Argentina for someone starting 2022, they lost their first game against Saudi Arabia.
Yes, of course.
So, on say, I didn't wait AFL, but games don't start here. I want to
for your FIFA Club World Cup, or we become a at the supercomputer by normal factors in count on test and count grab it. If you're not just a cramp over now because Aquajana Senegal.
It is
Canada say
Canada 34th.
0.2%
to win the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
They be a cancer was a Ghana for your lower expectations, no, because yes, from what we saw against Wales, no, team nenya bad, but World Cup the Ghana answer the BGB the Gabi
natural. So from the opta,
yeah,
when you opta the end for one casa. Countries me and South East will meet me again for mamma Judun some fan chassis and fame through her then na in this and the Emerald down here.
Because said this one is not bad. It's because Omu follow me exact prediction.
Okay.
For the winning World Cup. I think Spain will be in the final.
Okay.
Personally, I think Spain will be in the final.
Okay.
France no. Also after Cote d'Ivoire match no, I'm off for Bebre Air Casa, but honestly, Gabi, I mean Casa Winchiro, I don't think that friendly is anything I was here say, oh France or Munyadie. No. Mebo Cote d'Ivoire basu more than say Mebo France for support. No. Cote d'Ivoire went into the game and they had to do a certain job. It's I don't know about for World Cup now, everyone give them confidence. For France, no, ABA na experiment. Did they show me the team like I said no? ABA me 1, 2, 3 changes are ebeboa. Into friendly there, result number a year amount for the
okay,
but it's not enough justification to say France or Munya adie. England and ABA there is a question mark.
And to me so first three.
No, maybe first three there. Spain is there.
Okay.
France is there. And Portugal is there.
Okay, me that say. My friends, now.
But is it ethical? So you're president, but now no, in your campaign promise, you are telling the whole world say, players you know, only players for different clubs. Who they also work for I'm a Real Madrid. Because contractually, no, they are not free agents. For you to go and say, okay, we know who didn't come on. For which reason I am allowed to talk to them. And I'm say Man City for Akasa. In fact, the agent of Ellen Haaland no S3 said this is a very laughable thing to say from Enrique Riquelme. Say any power na wo hwehwa. What business do you have talking about Ellen Haaland and Rodri? Say we win election or for Maba. What kind of relationship have you built with them? What is it about those two players? You want to bring them into the team to come and change it. What is it about them? What special thing have you realized? And for which reason you want to use that as a campaign promise? Whether or not delegates never fall for that kind of tactics, no, is left to be seen. Because Gabi, everybody knows at this point, Real Madrid have spoken to Papa friend Jose Mourinho, and definitely, once Florentino Perez wins that election, there is no way Jose Mourinho does not become the next coach. And when we say Oko Real Madrid Kromona, Oko Kromona, Madrid Kromona, Nkoma Bebre Air Kosu say is Jose Mourinho the right person to come and take this job at this time? Because you need Jose Mourinho. Also, na the attitude and then the ego and so abba clashing. So at that point, what is the conversation? Entina Riquelme so Edina no Eltum. Say okay, now that he has spotted the controversies going on, then you also throw himself in the ring to suggest that he also has the leveraging power to bring two key players. Gabi, that is not the end. Only Masama Osaka can or say Oba, another person that he thinks he can bring into a room.
Walk up. No, a repeat of 2010 World Cup. South Africa
and Mexico.
South Africa hosting, obviously. So technically, I'm not able home.
Yeah.
Inti hosti from some Mexico. This time, yenya 3 countries are co-hosti World Cup. No, yenya Mexico, US, and Canada. Now the opening game, so the medical canon. This time the same match, but technically because Mexico be home. Na South Africans I the away side. I was now say a first game because me time I me wo according to Footmob.
What are you saying?
Maybe the 7.
7.
Yeah.
Sabo.
Yeah. According to Footmob. Thursday and
7
o'clock.
7. So
Ghana time.
Okay, 7. 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah. But on besa say pre one any bibia Ali ansana.
Sure.
Game start 7.
Sure. And the game na nkasa 7 but the opening ceremony no Ombe niema 1 or 2 be ansana. Game na nkasa itself no etimi atwa so nti ahun sam no eno na ye ka kire wiase nyina invat asanteman say nyame adoma World Cup Thursday
Thursday.
Now World Cup village no SG more.
Better SG more than you best say on the 17th.
Okay.
Say and Ghana be boy first game.
Man from say Panama.
Yes, and Panama there no.
Sure.
When I be because you DJs in the available. Once a Gmon so the live band or say a rest assure then you there beba. And the live band with the DJs and we say come up so dia sapa typical one. We be live for
the Jama group.
Oh yeah,
a lot of activations. You better you might be brave.
Then ask them to buy 7 and you made 7. Yeah. Now no see assess your
full package
11.
Full package. Was it game near time?
Say game near 11.
Ghana match 11 on.
The ever says 7.
Is here.
Ya hot word your room tea. We say Nanansu where you at though. One say Jimo where you at though. And
Viva go fast about
Opesa with baby and Haja or Codet come on there to sweat.
I sent it up a Pepsi that you
was 11 dear when number bomb 11 dear when number you can say and one with signal and the cabinet with your pa and to welcome village in the as you know and to Kumbunisa.
Okay, Gabi Yadasi no pay.
One to answer Manuana.
Midday.
Only artistic.
Yeah.
Hey, Cabra. Let's say when you're say I never from the end.
I say Black Stars coming, I don't know.
What I say?
Vibes be like
friend B.
Who said? Team no.
In fact, different. If you know, Papa.
Cash players on air tomorrow.
Papa,
me share the meeting be. And on the players in the share all catch them say, look. US and I are ban. Yama see a baby diagro. Yama see a shed the way US city. Yaba has said, just Ghana, just there, they show. Go and fight. No more money and you're proud of you.
I said, need yes to be vibe. Just and who's so big.
And mommy, some feeling this. Look, this particular World Cup, Ghana. I understand the underdog, but
2010 flavor. No, I said me feel the same thing. Just a players necessary, but Kwanya, around players and we did them is it and near my comment, you know. Enko
na yento jumedie so 104.5 annual journey ewo SG na yemfa World Cup no ahonsem dina no emfa emno but anopai mame musa mattress ben na odaso so mattress na nya kama dia me sawada anase enya royal foam mattress a me pacho no bi na so kotowe ehemfo mattress on opeso ye royal ena so nso utimi ba na odaso bi esanse omo mattress no enema dey na kama odaso atimi relax kama so na eyefogo odaso atimi say yes bibia ekoye enunti na otimi da ehomfona no oda aboko ade nchema honam nyawya wachi biano so enyawya unti paint bia mekamfo royal foam mattress na adiama ho kan ye kan wasama mo ya so de omo fa akire akototo ya no de ni na ho se ne obia esu some mattress no okoto ne enye mesraw ise de royal foam mattress kotobi na so da so na bibia enye kama emfama na because of san say that fiasco I cause so need to know royal foam semen cantos obia oya a victim of the sea no me patro de beto mattress awoye ho ye chow 10% ye ma 10% discount now so it me e de ate e ye woka no enso ebi mpacho ye kira kwan awo asokorema mpo ya ye ben CCC asore no anaso de friend awo 0202 271000 ano aye number obetimi ene edin komo World Cup no nyame adoma Thursday ya na ehase na electoral say ano so de obetimi aya santeman oye obetimi aya diama yen ene say obatete ne niama ni nyina so titru ni TV sa hodo ni nyina from Samsung TCL Nasco ni nyina me pacho se wutie me enano peya udim se okọ electoral da omo first screen TV no ukra as low as 699 enuru 700 cities so obenya first screen TV ade akobo dem ama bibia no aye kama ade ama ho enya no kwa so per fridge ato air condition Samsung na washing machine microwave air fryers outdoor blender water dispensers so and our kitchen ho nyema nyina eyade a yakofa bi enso dia ba because of the World Cup ni tino ya tete so because ede a World Cup ni padodo na be ofia ya ba enjoy ho anunti ɛne nneɛma no ne Amansia Community Bank PLC na etiefo obiara me sha asesa me ka Amansia wasem na ɔkɔ hɔ no ankasa hu sɛ nya kasa na mepɛ so ho ha me ndwame so kwa ɔmo yɛ adwuma papa me so kwa de yom besi no akasa ye mo akwa ba ye nya woden so ho besi no kra no se de ho besi akrokro no hu yom sa ma bi kra no efe keke bank we na so no mo yɛ adwuma nya bank bi a many tu am kwa bɛka wo nsɛm de na abɛwie bɛsan kɔ ɔmo nsa mfa ma wo so demands na ɛwɔ soro interest rate kakraka untimi entua Amansia de yɛde ne kitua bi bebi account ho savings account current account susu account and a fixed deposit account me pacho ko bia bi ho na sare medikan akyerɛ mu no besia ne sɛ de wo pesika no de akɔyɛ bia ɛyie oyɛ salary worker sanso na oyɛ kuani na wutie me ankrankran anasa mu yɛ team ana mu pesika akɔyɛ adwuma momra Amansia ne amamu bi na momfa nkɔyɛ adwuma kama apart from that eba no digital banking ayɛ bi so ho ɛnti ATM eba ma bi so ho ɛna afei nso no sika no efrabroche na eba Western Union RIA nina obetimi akɔyu sika no awɔ Amansia na atiefo de tenisa yam branches ne de bebre head office na nkasa de ana head one no awɔ ɛyɛ ntoakrom ona nsabetimi aka omo awo ho oba eye asantemantem ha Roman Hill ko eye kote station ho asem obeko cars campus ho ahoto Atenga Junction Santase Opokura school mo was school mo on ma awura ho and afi so flans no ko station o ma bie ne mo no awo ho na honso eye ade a omo awo ho 0247 200013 ano eye number me pacha obetimi ene omo adi enkomo fresisie na omo ema unsa entimi enka eye besia no enso bi Sun Cablo me pacha cables papa yede awaya dan no eno eye Sun Cablo eno na me kanfo ede ama eye fewre bia oye electrician oye estate developer ana contractor usi adan eton me pacha for Sun Cablo ena waya odan no adentina me say use Sun Cablo isansa no na aye papa Ghana Standards Authority Energy Commission omo nyina the stamp ni dia team so se Ghana ni bia eno na esa auto adentia because cables no awia no ebosa dian ena ne na ochina no odan enso akwa enuti ena ese koto flexible cables switches multi-lamp holders obu wono ma o socket na access because enye papa so koto mu de ni bi eba no PVC pipes eno so omo de bi e de aba PowerPoint electricals Kumasi edum course CA na ekoto Sun Cablo honyama efiri ho 0534800832 Sun Cablo Lightning Africa na onso watimi atomo nyama no bi eye kama pa so ade asane bi ema eye the new Bigo energy drink energy drink kama pa apa eye just enche bia mfa se ebe 1 month mu ani but so we Ghana for din komo na ubuso bia se energy drink be no no ma na oka eye Bigo energy drink ena ade amount se eno ena eye papa se say obia enom sanse ebabu amount so no energy na wolusu ni na wasan enya na back ntia no pay o sorry ye honam enya wiye so ho o te bre oni paduade ma eno an se onso no to the new Bigo energy drink ni bi na watimi anom na sada na me kan insure for me ne SG Mall Workout Village na airboard no ibado baba no giant screen honso very very spacious ubenya baby a park o car ubenya baby a tenase kama na wa hwe Workout games no entinyame adom on Thursday Workout no chance na adofo daroma ebiti se ABA Herbal Clinic koma be so yasene maka cho se wani obu on ma o hwa dia na obekan buka ajesu asa hweniwa glaucoma nom cataract nyina no o kwani ahwe kama pa eba no sexual weakness wo mre ebo mpem be ma bi won ma wan kasa we nya afi no bi beka wan kasa oju hutum so won shada nya de ebo mpem me pa cha okọ eba no menstrual disorder oba physical hypertension stroke prostate nyina no o kona ABA Herbal Clinic ahwe no mo tuase and so etimi edi ama Kumasi o pe kira kwan a ya wo kwada so ya dwinase kwada so dwinase Omo market no ne chiwo mo pe ho na ye odoma hinkro so ye ho ye ben Ebenezer Preparatory School Samson na ye ben Apia Kubi Coastal no ananso between afren awo 0541 565 199 eno ye ABA Heba omo number na mede amawa omo nyina no abeso asese sei enso Ghana ni bia nom eye assassin natural purified drinking water isanse edepa enso no enam minimum a utumi se bibia ekoye na eye kroje efibia enim makato say water is life so enso eye enkwa aninti na enso bia ekomu no it is all compromise so wan hwea ochina typhoid ni ade yi onso obetimi anya bi true eye enso a onom aninti na no pe me kamfo asase natural purified drinking water we ayabudunsuo eyensuo efirabotem na yenya abotre edimfidie afam asone so kama onoma bibia ebekoye enso ediama aniti program bia onso ye eye wedding in fact party munina munkoto eye omunsuo ni bi na monfama ahoho a omunso ebetima basese de Ghana hafa na bibia asase natural purified drinking water ebi ahontino place order na yemfa wo de no emrel 0597 243 116 ano ayom number no fresi na onsa enka wusuo na world cup yi so ha ne family ni na no muhia na mo hwe ayi games na motimi ade ensuo no enso ade ahwe ne kama pa finally the twato na started discussing said yamamo no aye na p phones and accessories makacho say ho ana yeton home appliances papa yeah they na assign say quality na ye papa no ne bo no say wo form so they compare competitors which means they no wo form pa anything anopen na p phones and accessories and American for at the amount open fridge obi anyusu da open flat screen TV iron and beto niama air condition in fact name them home appliances bia yeton bi abo hontibra na yenton bi emfa emao make say promotion guso a orokodo oto ade ane acho ade so oto ade ane acho ade na se bibia no etimi akonkan enso etimi ade ama yeton mobile phones awo ho we original ones o anya ya no de ni bia papa ebo no abo from all banso na usika no enso a o dey make sure so be fa Ghana card na wa fa sika no mu half ade aba oba half na aka no yes spread it yema 3 months to 12 months now the etretua no enkakra enti man to where ye nyina no ye ko na p phones and accessories Kumasi adum baby miensa no mo wo me part of first one call at the house opposite ha mo ho sanso na obi ba je ke building ni ma Prudential Bank opposite mo ho and the last one e wo adum no eye PZ na na kwesi ageman building ni honso omo awo enkan de obakomadina Zongo Junction Tamale Abobo Station no alcohol CCA about your friend and P our 0533093422 anako Kumasi adum CCA na baby ama church woni nyina no call na enomo enkoye business anopay amo na asoya sina time no e dey about 10:27 yes jumadi na say emfa emam Jude good morning Rich now to say
oh nyame adomini announce
na no gusu shine na weekend ne ko saying
oh weekend no nyame adom na bibia ye okay
e dey me say
oh say ya nkasa yenua eti
Fifi Manfred
yes
yakoje
aware
se zando ne tia no
se ya kokoto no ye wi sha ye ko na zando bika
zando tia no bi no
e bra ye guy
na o de baton no ama Fifi Manfred you say baton na ko he
and no anso say zando so weekend no you drew sorry them wa hu na zando so na bibia odi ani fefefe chale na ni suit ne de
zando
yeah Richard
good morning
be fine
mo
match order mo so ma beta mu nyana chama juma de ne kama pa but
it was very very colorful
oh yes very colorful
for obvious reasons here it may be on behalf of Manfred the wife no
sure
was me da mu nyina amase multimedia in fact all the managers on better union come up Rich
I saw them was in amity junior manager nchen
oh yeah Jimmy Fano about
Robin Trano any more okay Rich I must make this confession no be so can who say manager said them multimedia and penny for work
yeah.
oh Charlie, I was really impressed. HR me who yeah director kukusi na me who GM who said baby rich unya sa yamia no krani ye bomb abaso
enyina fifima freda
ye bomb penny
na ye na obiase e do obiase is it or honeymoon tino
atono say we have to cross 30 unti e betima to amarenche
e fama fatilo
atono de bi adru de adru
tilo de me tie ni date no so ono na mo de baton ne man dia
o ma o date o e wa chire o
45
yeah simplify ne mamo efiano
2045
zando department we wan na ye penny.
Oh, hey, sports Ayala.
Say Ayala.
Eti mo di baton ne man.
Ana ne ba.
Ana akwasi we
ne ba ware. Ana ne ba.
Sampo.
Na ko. Enti baton no. Ene say see e bra pagina ni. Ye resi.
It was an interesting weekend. But Asan so dey so we say videos na trending dey bia me na me still show no. Eugene was so brutal. Me nim so nim sasa. Ba me dem say hopa. But met me asama we media ne trend jeze. Me bo me homodin. Me say hopa. Na me anapa em se me nante se etieti o. Ni se fatula tia o na so a.
Unya ntia me na so akwaba.
Oh, yes. So we say me a disciple of Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Aha. And then my election of course was Spain.
So Florentino Perez.
Aha, we the 65.
He met as the winner.
Exactly. And you are winning the idea be free months Mourinho na be coach Madrid.
Because now I'm more trying election.
Yes. So we come
the official confirmation.
We come is one no winning and come on for Mourinho ma. Because penasem. But rich, yeah, Mati as I say, in the last 8 years you bring pa Mourinho supporters no. Because Charlie you free Tottenham Hotspur konen na mo AS Roma Fenerbahce Benfica team we the Champions League. It's yamina dan say Mourinho say benya adwuma kese Real Madrid. And for me obi o Mourinho disciple bi in fact na pa kwa Mickey captain Siasia na Kodjomafo say me kan che o say ya boy hu ye okrum next season krum ha be dead because Mourinho is back. Mourinho is back at Real Madrid. Ya obe coach team kese. Yeah, visit possibly commit Manchester United in the Champions League. And he said, then you use a cry. And to which I we are here to tell our listeners, say, Mourinho is back. And who are we a disciple of Jose Mourinho? Be morning.
So I pigeon see disciple now.
Oh, Mose. Listen, can we send a message on a panel? Send me ba men can't only did can fetch me. Oh, Mose. Esquire fetch me. Only did kind. It is a Mourinho disciples in the abro. Share and support team biao senior. Yeah, be Mourinho block on the echo. And Benfica the way no could Benfica.
But after the elections, Florentino Perez a pulley 21,741. And Enrique Ericani also pulley 11,814.
Yes.
Also Oman Gabu.
And but 65-35.
Yeah. Oman Gab.
We election we own. A Chelsea Florentino Perez they be a 2 million Kutan Real Madrid in the last 15 years no. Or no also bizarre whole questions. Say there are people within the system as many as how many people?
11,814.
Whoever came vote to Nyaya say nipa we nyina person go be Madrid.
Yeah.
And I think say yes guy in 35%. But was sending strong signal.
That's true.
Was sending strong signal say Ebia Florentino Perez a president but onya no who say I am absolutely in charge of Bia Pedemea. And the signal say Senima be a warrior queen, also changing the ways. The only problem with Florentino Perez or a fantastic administrator, but he gives too much power to the players. Richardo, who said Makachi say a bad issue between players and coaches unapologetically. I will always side with the coaches. Go players on me a bad.
But also Makachi say the Amumufu say you disagree with him. Sanya Manano that's successful at Real Madrid.
And Neymar is a football evolves every day.
And there will be a so they are the custodians of the UEFA Champions League.
Richardo, football evolves every day. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo back then where you go. Bezutozo, Angel Di Maria. But these players were winning Champions League, they were winning laurels. Madrid team have back to back. You can't say seasons without. Exactly. It's Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, Amoto, more bloated ego. What have you got to show? That's the big question.
And now I'm more exaggerating him because you. I mean, football ain't me say throughout season in Nana, let's say years in Nana, let's say 5-10 years in Nana. the bia you continue to win. Ain't me massa the bia did be bia on kwana obaji. Ain't me massa.
Madrid who almost
it's football.
Madrid who almost the cathedral of world football. I feel also GBB. Maybe the say.
But ain't me massa every season be on GBB.
No, maybe the say. Me answer question now. Ubusa I say. A place in the make it club no. I don't have a problem. These are Galacticos. But back then they all Galacticos no. They were winning something. But we now we go no bro so killing him. Yes, he's scoring goals. Over 40 goals last season in all competitions. Fantastic. But then I want to try. Madrid no. So also we have be the Chelsea me the Champions League, me the league. And you because all brofo and as all brofo coaches who say one be actually. But not these players are money share. Me the who say Mourinho bano. It is going to instill instant discipline in the team. Because Mourinho no we Mbappe na we who go channel. And I'm glad say Mourinho ni Florentino Perez akọ agreement masa enyema akoso in the last 2 years Xabi Alonso and Abelo Abaye no wasa me banam betrent na me to me enough of the powers adema players that bia omunya to me no mo lording over these coaches when it is recently omuntimi fa hwema and the rich me I'm glad Florentino Perez won the election but only say ebia back then to me and ebia kuta na odidi juma no there are people within the system of Real Madrid komunya na nkia tuno enti nema bia wo ye nkoyi no I think so also done in the done in Niamani Kakra. No such a Niamani West B. Said a bit more comforting Madrid fan beer because at the end of the day, these people who really didn't vote for you need their support as well. And to which I am glad Mourinho is coming back. So if the special one is coming back at Real Madrid next season, I'm going for a month Champions League and Chelsea for. Kamenya nanka league face ye de omo what you say na give man use any more match bi kanya bad cra what you say Mourinho is back listeners mo mama ni nyemu amodo Mourinho he is back asama me de ba no pa tete
Mourinho ni dia no we
e de na Mourinho be
Mourinho
na asama na oka ne za no
Mourinho
obe den
se sa na tete star no me temi players no de ba dia obe fe do Real Madrid
Mourinho asasa ni mam
look eh
oh asani
Mourinho ba Manchester United they be asas we make it's not like you're sacking because of that onyadio you're sacking because of non-performance no but at a point you realize as a any players in the problem especially with the senior players
I know okoye negozi mu say
who you go see say I go see actually but you see
players now
leba
Pogba no do this no Mourinho go so Anthony Martial
yentimi me bia say yempo the players are the main actors of the game.
But players won't coach them.
I understand. But you see, baby, sometimes I'm in Mourinho problem, and say, so most of the players no money Gina Park and so bobo. Any problem, it affects the club.
Oh no, say most of the players will have problem. Every time on these states, which I do. Hey,
I don't want Manchester United. Want to be?
I'm coming with an emphasis. Man United players straight penny for Pogba. Anthony Martial, open your mouth for and some year. The point of the team
or the discipline.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yes.
But I mean so or yaman broso.
I'm not 2 players ne for say omunya discipline. Say the beya coach never be you see players na come as coach bia on issue episode with some of these players. But say what results now? Yeah, me Guardiola. Say yet only ya Toure. What I say? Guardiola wo ye can say. Bayern Munich. I think one final be on my pep talk. No Mario goes a shenche. Who do they know? What was that video? Or pardon the catch it mechano. But the results they have a big issue. Most of these coaches almost try some exert influence on these players. But who are results are about a big issue. Maybe the say players say they are there to work under the supervision of the head coach. The coach in the casa for more parks now. The coach in the end of the day, why are they pamono? But not when players at some like you be never say now move to be winning another Biana Yan Famusi Abam Mourinho is at Madrid to instill discipline. The SC in the past I want to believe say on also Cotran chain and I'll call Benfica, Fenerbahce, any AS Roman was here never be Brea. I mean how to manage players. Yeah, I fear the Madrid that you man manage big players no. Big massacre name I'm Madrid is successful being rich.
Okay. Mark Obey, I say I'm a staunch Chelsea fan. But Mourinho there, the referee coaching. Dude, good morning again.
Yeah, good morning, bro.
We are fine.
We
are fine. Real Madrid are top and we.
Yes.
Florentino Perez are saying out in the seat. And I said any na omo air train elections now for omo confirm Jose Mourinho as the new manager at the Real Madrid abobo ekuno. Me too.
Exactly. Medasi Bibri. Rich Unim, first of all, me sure says Osha the voter buy na Fiorentino Perez. You know, a winning 65% of the votes as compared to that of the competitor Riquelme. Also, let's establish the facts that Fiorentino Perez already had the mandate not be quiet till 2029.
Yeah.
But what I say, they can establish that fact. And onona ekokoye memasem or day say onim say oh say this is the first time Fiorentino Perez after or taking over from Lorraine Sanz. This is the first time I have to Fiorentino Perez swaba. Ne de wako nyina no oko on a post
since 2006.
Since yes, or I mean virtually ni nyina no oko on a post. 81 now all testing a popularity as of course and on the most successful manager the most successful club presidents in the history of Real Madrid. Obia intimidating compete. The trophies no waji 66 trophies. But then say only mate over football on the side. Now over the major achievements are when you talk of the Champions League. What the Champions League no ononkwa aji 7 for Real Madrid. Inti ufe no na baba fala Liga titles. Now she papa no eni man so awa achieve for Real Madrid. I mean certainly or you be a ne cloud or ne aura surrounding no. Eso. Me remfi say whatever was married they call ye or say accredited papa yi. Santiago Bernabeu renovation or say your credit no. Or no Emma the Madrid brand, Madrid bear the richest sporting club in the world. Nina papa yi abreso and a Real Madrid achieve sadin na no football club and the Champions League 3 consecutive seasons at Waso. Papaina achieve sanimina. So say offer the level ni weight. Na papa edebe no ntina no so confident on him so. Obi anywhere even see biemu say yem to abo bitimi a contest no. Now Rich prior to say about beto aba no. Enrique recall me. Virtually when not enough time to even prepare. Rich on him say just 2 weeks now the campaign. Now within that 2-week period no. Other problems are facing. Even bank statement are not also audible. So Kaisa issue no. Rate was a problem more than 157 million euros are now also ultimately represented. 2 banks 89. So say Osha problems are on umbo firm with the frustrations of firm. Finally, on your opportunity in Pokra Ababa Bejina. Now Osha the voter organize. Now they compare Perez popularity the level because Rich here kwa to a baby ana the onu aye be pain. Oye player or at an advantageous position.
They can say incumbent, you know.
Incumbent.
But I think requirement, no. I don't know. We sign a banking issue ne. Sign way no crazy. Also can say. So no Real Madrid for no to about the manner. Or the Ellen Haaland be free City beba.
Jürgen Klopp and so or
the class na and a City and a Haaland papa ebe the banking is a massa
sure
o compare elections are gonna compare yen can't say the akona na be ma am na Real Madrid
yes
and I think Emsa Hona no Shasenya trust issues
yes of course
because Obe Prakonya
it was
also ba or the Real Madrid now it seems as a nyano correct it me crown me who say fully 11,814 I was like wow do say Florentino Perez ebiem o man gab the 21,000 ebiem kakra there but Mamusawi
yes
in spite of san yemani ndina papa ni firm and pulling 11,000 Again, I catch it from you.
Rich, I want to make points on me, but I want to be because Rich, unim one Oshaman the crowd timing no, or the campaign impo, and the voter when you now cast or they compare. Rich clearly, it's also say Fiorentino Perez, their friend of reality, no, or say a don on him say, "Only me you're complacent." So no, GN say virtually about him. Madrid, no, you're just about him. Or I don't for the door. Everything is about him. For now, reality ever done on him. Say, look, this is even not a viable opponent. On your candidate, under normal circumstances, also Ojiname ni mumpo. Etimi ni me pre bibi. And can was say about 92% of the votes. But a massa and Rich maybe remfi say the amount man no enya sa vote no. certain personalities are or use your when you using a personality like Raul Gonzalez Blanco, one say just like in politics I hear her.
He's a darling boy.
Rich, say oh you so be say Raul Gonzalez Blanco, your certain personalities are. Yem fa papa nyam fa the crancy obi say Ankera Kofi Annan. Ye papa Kofo. Na o ko election. Na sa personalities yi air campaign mawa. Rich said the niema ebetimi akọ ediama because these are personalities that we revere them so much. So yan limiting on yam from that Real Madrid. Now, within the context of Real Madrid, so offer Ike Casillas, Spain in its entirety were darling boy. Offer Real Madrid and not do baby Casillas the performance war from never to Valdes the also crown. Still not Casillas at the home Spain number 1.
Raul crowd at a point near tagging us the Benabao Prince.
Good. And to Raul Gonzalez Blanco, Ike Casillas for personalities you, including Fernando Hierro. These are legends of the club that the club loved so much. To reach so personality see na omo and a air campaign at the opponent. Which clearly in a way it puts you at a disadvantage. Because omo can't somewhere a womb and MOB or Kwakwa to Abano, sa personality see Bemwa and Vincente del Bosque, maybe Renfi. No, so eka. And to Vincente del Bosque and so and the lava in a way Madrid supporters and so at the man. Clearly, na papa no bet me a pulley vote. And when I reach, actually say one, Sanka recall me ko you be a viable candidate pa. And as our personalities here ken. Time a cheer. Unim Sanka be a bet me Sanka candidate be an any drew ye pa. I don't know a certain pedestal. And I would dear fancy Anka Raul Gonzalez Blanco. What a picture no. Say imagine say Raul Gonzalez Blanco and Anka compete with Fiorentino Perez. And I say Fernando Hierro movie. And Obabe compete here. Rich, Oshan Kanema Beko say. And sa personality see. Eta extra. Only say Anka the possibility say Nipan bet me na at one no. I was through pa. Hence, dear air can ye. Perhaps the past 2 seasons, Real Madrid are trophyless. Now, Rich, Madrid trophyless now are the past 2 seasons no. Or show me beyond just the past 2 seasons. One dear man ye. Osia Basa, ne betrayers rivals. Our Spanish Primera Liga, Basa emfane yehe. Osane left, right, center. O humiliating no. Osha Basa emkra. Na Osha Madrid en swa. Onunim se wa talk Galacticos. Talk of Vini Junior. Talk of Kylian Mbappé Lotain. Na oresa talent na Jude Bellingham munyina. Edube mimpa ball nimpa omunye bimmo. Na Rich Osha ekwanya Basa. Edene faso. Not reality no Madrid fans no and yet just 2 seasons you almost beyond the 2 seasons about Champions League and so on Madrid ekwa emfa enti dia na ye mbef right no se ye kwa emfa e ba la Liga ne nso a eno nso emfa na echi so betrayers rival nso tie nso a say ye enti omfu say the pride of Madrid no kwa na eko so now ade ba ku na e bia Fiorentino Perez. Oh, Kabeka say in a way, you renewed hope. 150 million euros. Or say, or be making sure say, or the Galactico Eba. And him say what it say no. Certainly Galactico.
Say, sa player no free Premier League never or say derby. And so when they are titi say Bayern, wako and they Olise, Edin commercial number boss and your listen so. Yes. But mon chain, it's a free gym. I'll be pan on to Mamu be.
Rich, there's one thing about Fiorentino Perez. I know they won't mean taking it away from him. Sardino, where's any specialty? Said their friend of Galacticos. Me remember saying the era no first one no buy no. A honey Ricardo is still like sorry, a honey any this gentleman Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, American Dalima. Sami period now or buy now Louis Figo. A crew of fast so the Figo. Honestly, I idea a surprise you because when him Figo here no Figo crowd granting interview. So okay, less than 72 hours. They move to Madrid. Or see me go baby. You will know how him. Madrid. Okay, so practice issue no. Say we betray the fans no. She me try the back. Say period now no this Zuzu Zinedine Zidane from Juve Edne by. Now Rich Juve time now offers Zidane then only how yes I move no. Papa a bass had no kwame respect no. Said yes signings or cast the player be aba. Jitum so bet mid naba. Zidane there no. Omu call Monaco, some masters na ya na omu ball no. Omu coin no, and an personal assistant. Or throw on a serviette that is a tissue. Or throw was on or passing on to the personal assistant, say on farmer Zidane. Na Zidane are quite closer to them. And or throw say, would you like to play for Real Madrid? And Zidane also respond, they say, yes. Then you know, na odi Zidane ababa be PM ewo Real Madrid. Rich. So say o hwe sa de na papa ne ye na o create sa Galacticos no and so wow. O cyber bi mo cyber be create another Galacticos in the shape of Karim Benzema, Ricardo Izeselaite Kaka, Xavi Alonso. For Ronaldo deal ne there already na ya there na omo ya atwo da nsa no no eba. Entina who at the power can not do Karim Benzema more than Ronaldo. Yes, because now Ronaldo the previous na you know any year edit to honum. But for Karim Benzema and Benzema me refuse now Colossum Piana. He was the biggest star then. And on by for Ricardo is just like take account of course Obian in the level or the Ebai and then Xavi Alonso. So Rich, yes, Madrid are dropping. But Rich, you can say, share reality in so. Now, besides saying, when the bit me as I revive Real Madrid, as I did not call the next leveler, the answer will be at the man. I don't do any say, this same man. John Way Bubu Madrid pride, you know. I on one the best side do across our level. Obi any for now. That is the stark reality. So funny man, or you'll be or promise ya won't mean can say the promise, no, on deliver. And to Osha, yes, challenges about. Or better say, or say do baby so say image right 5% now or ton idea investor no nina also essay Madrid from they felt say as our pride has been dented. But man no funny people overall. Honestly, there was no way Enrique Riquelme could have competed him. But now the reality has dawned on him. Say look, said the whole running club now we are so complacent. I feel say BBI okay, Madrid faithfuls
set up.
You need to set up. And it is obvious, say, a free and then copy there. Certainly, the first announcement, best Jose Mourinho, the special one.
Madrid love no more doing it. So I could 2 seasons. 2 seasons in a row
without.
Unji. Madrid for no can say. Almost trophies no more general. Okay. But Barcelona show more show man.
Another man show more. There be almost some Barca for ne some more. Makuma Tom we momu say. Ya bomo ya sure hwe mu hwe enye hwe bia keke ya sure ye untimi ne yemmo and I wish we investment away on say Madrid de no or the investment akọ into the team no they compare that of Barca I didn't know say Barca team in years because reaching him proud to say Hans Flick Urban on say that situation no empty say but Flick by nana bibia edane suddenly and it calls for worry but this man or the Sikabe Sanger. Also for now, star no ye bisa se why na a big star no because me would do for seba on fa osabi on for obi am but what you say o di Ibrahim Konate ba untimi describe it yes or the Denzel Dumfries but on fa I mean the biggest star am my on your bia sa clout no sa aura no e wo honom and I want to play bia the baby no apart from football no outside that by business because the mantra they say the most expensive players are always cheap. Because time now Madrid at all Cristiano Ronaldo no. Obeka within some few hours. Now Madrid at ne Canada. With the presentation, how our marketing player no and all that. And so one person him say the next biggest star would never ban. So the neighbor, Sanya mani na be fan who or say ya their supporters no. Ebemo musa renewed hope. Now in the way mpo the pressure and the tension bebre or betrayers rival. Yeah basa. So rich, Sadana Yebisano. Usha sister Numpa say Anka superstar. Okay, one. Then it should be Hurricane. Yes, no, say yeah, superstar. Then it should be Hurricane. Okay, so Anya Hurricane dear. And you was Anka why? Also call Ellen Holland. Anya Holland and so. Okay, so Anya Holland dear anyway. Also call Paris Saint-Germain. Na kokohe.
Osman Dembele.
And I said
Denja Kwaliskelia.
Mo.
You say dear or no?
He's at an appreciable level.
Okay.
But onye Drew sir level no. Vitinha. And he won't say definitely the moment I be kasa no. Emma amount for ejiri niema bebree. say who is that biggest star? Because trust you me, within the system now, you said there near a lot of superstars. One say previously there, Obeko Ebia Ura AC Milana, Ubenya Ricardo is still like Kaka, Ubenya Xavi Alonso Liverpool, star talent in and stars in Ubenya Obeko Champion Karim Benzema Elho. And so now we can at least a maninya di bebre say yeah guess bebre. But for now, Rich City enjoy. Also
the Neben to the Shashanko, Abusha from Otisho. I say, oh, message be out the Master Zando.
Okay.
I say, your advice for Florentino Perez is spot on. But just say some a second coming is the beginning of Florentino Perez downfall. Pep is coming back to Barcelona to hand Jose Mourinho. Now to my question. The second coming of Jose Mourinho to Real Madrid.
To Real Madrid, yes.
Well, the real deal. Is he the man?
It's a very good question you've asked. Rachel him said Yemihuno. Sir, Aiwe, Eye, Fabi, Ankeye, Fabi, so Eye. Now, I'm not in America.
Result 9 man, Jose Mourinho beat me their moment.
Ebia, onim, Ebia Mourinho. Bet me, a means to probably stop Barca as a club. Ebia Jose Mourinho as a manager, in a way. Ebe Bibi as a Primera Liga. Sa bragging right at Barca Enyan. Obet me a stop his hardening. Mental block no, Madrid mentality no, obesity side factors no, definitely a beba. But then, Rich, the multi-million dollar question here is: so, obet me do a major Champions League because even Oje Primera Liga, and yeah, no Madrid and a best right too. On placing much paramount or value, La Liga so. Madrid the topmost priority the Champions League, and Jose Mourinho about Real Madrid no. Rich, when me at TV side no, I'm far more. So yes, be Obano, obet me stop it Barca in a way. Be obet me up strategy be Rich, obeya masa odonaba. Short term. But in long term, no Mourinho now so besa bubunya manso agu. One, the promised land nanka say Champions League no. Ebe dey say odo beje. And Rich, for now no trust you me. Zidane has set a standard there too. When he says Zidane had the standard ababa to Madrid say 3 Champions League trophies consecutively. Wajini nyina eti whoever mpa Obano Edoko Koto at a very difficult position. Looking at what Zuzu did, sorry, and even Carlo Ancelotti so performance and rate, or also Edebai. And Mourinho said, "Obana just about the Primera Liga mpa." Now, stop it, Barca. Assassin, they will appreciate the fact that wait me, I stop it, Barca. But then beyond that, no, so over a season or two, not Champions League title, Emma. No, me feel said the love lumpers or Mokopan, and also my Ebeba be issue. Ebedru baby in Tokwane so they weird day ebesi. Because wait, Uni, Kennedy Bapilo ten. Sir, or who say opesa osisa ne ball bar, it would be an issue. What shall I say? Mbappe and track it back, or Mambe tackles near idea. It will get to a point I shall say be a befa. And also the issue, Beba. And he's the biggest star. Into definitely that one will be discussed. And for now, you name superstar cry or no sumpo bar or chai killing Mbappe. But say yes, I brought another superstar there. Now already Mbappe, any Vini issues now in Pokrano. And yeah, war handle that. Now another superstar, say Baba Bekan. You can imagine. Jude Bellingham on so England and so your darling boy back on so rich or no Pokrano in a way air peeved. Oh, feel so oh yeah, not playing time. Which and also will become an issue. So Mourinho, honestly speaking, in the short term, yes, a bebwa, but beyond the short term. Which honestly speaking, any issues ebesi and inevitable issues beba ebesi.
Real Madrid standard no expectations no strong.
Yes,
like you said, and we know Madrid no La Liga no fa oje but and you said that
La Liga so do. O dey stadium.
No number one priority.
Time no
Champions League. Even a Capello League. But omo priority.
That's the point.
Understand. It who say Jose Mourinho second coming no. Short term, yes, baby be
rekindle team net spirit.
Supporters no. Long term, the expectations are Madrid supporters were
yes.
taking Real Madrid back to the olden days.
That level, trust me.
I know
the honestly.
Also, I do cocoon.
Me envisage just had any say.
Mate. All right, Jude no matter in can insurance 4.5 for young church Mediano so and mamo yeah discuss Real Madrid presidential elections no on command and ye dini we are near bidi World Cup yami adoma esha this particular Thursday na yahwe ahobua countries na teams no and so but before no ma yeni apomide ho komo kakra yewia yento so emfama besma kuzu bempa yala and so awa yeni Charistic Ventures empeni for ena edi enkomo openi
Rich.
Good morning.
Morning, Rich.
I don't know what to say.
Boko pa now swear.
Any adom me ho ye pa. Me ne ma hwefo ne atiefo na no. E de aso e de fam yetio.
Rich medase e wa konya kese a ode amame na me de encha pese sufri currency kasoye e ma atiefo ene ahwefo nyina. E ba metena sese ya no hu se currency kindu pa ye de abadwa so a ye fe no Zahara Mixture, Zahara G capsules, Hindi Herbal Mixture. Ene memedro efre no Zahara Man capsules e hon komo ene ho adanse ene mu chechire mu ne de besom anopai no do foi yen komo ya hyase ye de ya dura ye fre no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules ana edikan ahyase e won komo twetwen mu sa duro mienu e ya dura ye num bom se uyo ba ana bema na infections pa e hawadwen infection bi te se bacterial infections fungal infection na tetew ana viral infection na hawa adwena bema ana oba wadro ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules bema bi ho a enam se infections no atena no so achane nti no impempi no aya na etimi ma ne bema na efon bema bi so ho a etimi ma ne nsunsuan so bi se impempi no aya na odwonso na obre kakra ubonse ochim ansa na Johnson etima ba owa abosa Johnson so eka ne ntentem bema bi wo ha enam se wonya infection bi te se gonorrhea ana syphilis ni nti no owa abosa enso man bi enso fitaa bi na efri ne bemum eba bema bi so ho a ensansan ene ekrokro bi atimi atoto ne bema ho sa uya bema na uhu saa ne ma wei won ho a mentena ho enye sa ebetwa wo ma na ne edura aba ebeboa infections na wako aku for so many years uhu sisan bia no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules no ye de eduro no abasa embeboa oba bi so ho a white pa etete no aya na etimi ma enso bi agugu na sabi pampan wom oba bi so ho a etimi ma sabi na himfie ho no abie kakra sa uyo oba na white no atena wo so acha mesrew Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules no ya de eduro no abasa embeboa enu ne edura oba onoma enkeka yenketenkete na hawadwe no ebeyi ni nyina afiri ho na sa abo ama wa himfie ho no achiyopo sa browe esa abo oba bia ensansan bi etimi etigu na himfie ho oba bi ho enam se enam yare no ene na betena nti no etimi eja no Johnson ya yawo sa uyo oba na Johnson ya yawo ene wa betena wadro ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules sa uyo oba esima so na wo ho na 5 years ni untimi emu nsa oba bi wo ho a 2 years ni onyam ne menses da oba bi so wo ho a onya ne menses no ba pains pa no namu sa uyo oba na uwo sa wo ha we ma Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules no ya de eduro no abasa embeboa wo sa uyo oba so na wo ho na opese ofa yefunu oba mese me no tonchia Quadra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi aban wo si wo pe eduro na ye friend no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules enu ni edura onoma ebeboa wo na sa eduro we aya eduro waso a ebodofo bia ono nko obose de bi obedale ewe no na ye se de bibi enenam no ho no ahokekan ketenkete watinu wadafo mesi bacteria infections na etete wo no Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules no ye de eduro no abasa embeboa wo odafo bi so ha all sapa hanadwen
on didi ya boy the moment a aduane so beto ne yenum no ubosa ne mfe na chinka sai ne bua no nyina na ehhye no odofo wo also na wako a battle for so many years uhu sese ye bia no ya de Zahara mixture edi Zahara G capsules no abasa embe boaw na sai no mienu eye no waso odofo nubra ahodo ane anya adaaje atwetwe mahoden no ane de ye mesi ekuta no anuro bia odofo bi ho a owo weak immune system on nanti kakra bia bonsa oteso de bia wonko ewa wabwa 10 years ni oda ho ebowa de bia wonko infections etoso utreat a ekona ba de bia e one kete odofo ene edura aba ebeboawo ebeboost nasal strength immune system no odofo ene Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules odofo die number C ebia na uhia chechiremu bi anase ukotadro ni bi unti bibia se fra na mai 0246
34
83
83
34 0246 34 83 34 0248 56 93 35 0248 56 93 35 Orafo yabako yedo a yede bedwa so aye fe no hindi heba mixture so na sai do eyedro won so a charistic na de bedwa so eyedro eboadofo bia malaria fever etete no obi ho ade bia nanum ato nanum aye nwonwono ubonse na aposo na sai jan tipaye adetia no pabonso no nko na waye mre no wahojo odofo mesi hu hia edro na ye fe no hindi heba mixture no enu ni edro onoma ebekenya o typhoid fever na eno wabetena wakon for so many years uhu sisende bia obecheke na typhoid mo wana eda ho wo mogem odofo mesi uhia edro na ye fe no hindi heba mixture na say edro we asa ye edro waso odofo nubuna ahodo ane yakika bom wasiche yale ene mogam so na eto so odofo Codra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia bel wosi wo pedro na ye fe no hindi heba mixture enu ni adura onoma ebeboaw ama wo pamoden no akonanim adafo bi ho a oye adwumaden ogina enchenten eche oye adwumo eja ho eba ne sabo se de bia na pamoden no ewofom adafo hindi heba mixture numadro ne bi ebebo asiesie nipadua no yalia bia ehinta asie wo nipadua no no hindi heba mixture o start sa o numadro na hindi heba mixture no nubuna ahodo na yede aye ebebo nipadua no ayiyalia bia afiri mu odofo Codra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia bel wo se wo pedro na ye fe no hindi heba mixture no odofo yabako ye memedro no so aye fe no Zahara man capsules sa dro we aye dro a yade abasa embeboa be ma bia sa uye be ma anasa uye oba tiemiye sa uye oba ho na wunim se ebia ukunu no ne performance na enya oba wo de Codra store pharmacy shop wo se wo pedro na ye fe no Zahara man capsules no enu ni adura be ma onoma wo weak erection na be ma abetena wo so no a untimi eni mensema onko ade bia na u complaini eduru adwuma no so a ho na abeya ntoato a be ma mesrew e ma no so mo mpesa enne edura aba ebeyi wa free sa wo hawo ne amaniamu ene Zahara man capsules be ma bi so ha premature ejaculation ene na betena na ho adan no mese ewofom papa otimi emfansie ni why born humodin pon eye 1 minute sa uye bema na otesa mesrew wadro ene Zahara man capsules bema bi so ho a sisi yale hanadwen bema mese Zahara man capsules enu ni adura ebeboaw bema bi so ho a ne nkomwa na ayemre bema Codra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia ben wosi wo pedro na ye fe no Zahara man capsules no enu ni adura bema onoma mreye bia waye mese emma atwetwew edi hu fa wa minute bema no Zahara man capsules aduro no ebe solve sa o hawo ne amane nyina afiri ho ama odofo saje na mesi biem 0246 34 83 34 0248 56 93 35 Arafo medema no bariye no de bia meka mese bambo atrema eye chen ayaresa bokitima etodafo men twen emma yare no endo so ma wonya mobo ansan wotonomo ape charistic dupa yade ebedwa so aye fe no Zahara mixture and then a capsules a friend Zahara G capsules. Uto edro emienu a obenuma bom ebebo boost immune system no aside to effects in biabite gonorrhea syphilis zani Zahara man capsules a yede aba abonten se embebo bema bia waye mra ya twetwe no efen wa minute bema eni hindi eba mixture ebo the for bia malaria fever typhoid fever high blood pressure any diabetes ene na betena odo for yendure ukọ Ghana efa ba bia eton oduro say ye pharmacy shop herbal shop license chemical shop other for me shop say nyame di munti utodro ni bia obeya danse no aka se characteristic edro no eye papa me da se rich
yenso yedamase characteristic for yedamase pa ni nupa mode aba edwaso nim se etiefo nso beba na omo atobi na yare ebebo so nyina no se bi hawa no akotobi se ne bia ebetimi aboawo ene anope yento dwumadi ni so emfa emamo na sada medikan akano Real Madrid presidential elections nam se abobo so bia minim sa yala ode kakaba kan wana fe ya move to your second topic Iran and Iraq complaints na ma sha se yera na fe yemfa nwam World Cup discussions no proper na fe you are Black Stars and so on some ha na emfa anin community. Good morning.
Good morning. Me also say na obia expect say Florentino Perez be winning. Na we winning. Adia ba ko a na manage ho watching those processes. The question of ebani say na cloud be say Real Madrid Barcelona mo. So engulfed in a political framework. But who say affect you when it comes to getting the job done. Probably there's a difference between Bruni and Bibini.
Yeah,
they understand the times
and even fight against the team now
because Kotokomboa Opemsona a ye board. Oh yeah, you can't second guess him. Crano, you could see. Say there are a lot of times other interests opposition ninya. Look at House of Folk. They have a majority shareholder now who is supposed to be the final say of BBA. But look at interest Nyoma Biblia Kutia Club when it comes to administrative structure. But Rich, there are clubs that goal for voting campaign we cassetia way midway beba and kind of normal circumstances and because there will be another voting in the next 4 years and you should clearly see an opposition now need the answer the biano or no or two and also affect a club no, but you don't see that. You don't see that. Look, you have to about way. Enrico requirements so better in Kabiemwa. Now there's a scandal baby. You will never hear say a permanent obstruction to Florentino Perez in the rain our baby. Until that. I'm not funny, they are refined people. No quitting Bruni a refined person. When you say nipa 100,000 and then they will post in my house almost 12. This current post postal vote of over 1,000, you declare no invalid. For internal press over who appeal, even after winning 65% of the votes. And see, I'm not for special. Number 2, Rich. That kind of structure no more run club no. Effort too much. Imagine if Kotoko has had the privilege to every 4 years go vote for Nipakop or president of the club.
Card-bearing members.
Yes. Look, just imagine that. How involving who support and in choosing who leads the club. I want to me say Nipakono Bano or council bayana ubetimi yin afu odo be fufura aba. It is so beautiful. Dear Chato, in 20 years, now Real Madrid in Tuabano. Simply because Debiano, the original president the call no post. I think so Florentino Perez also who say or check him, and that he should start considering say Rich Enchebiano Obejai being Real Madrid's president. Or this 79. Enrique requirement obe contesting at the 37. Very, very young guy. But I say me who say no maybe in I want to stand and empower Obejina. Real Madrid enya club I got 2 seasons without a trophy. Say Adiwina ebesi mitrim ofina Misre. Rich, imagine say enka Real Madrid year ebia Ghana Football Association and our Kotokwana has. And a team na got 2 seasons without a trophy. But in the members na got 2 Obama president now do mo 2 seasons without a trophy. They say on 1 year pa. And ka uji sen kan and seven kan kofo be kan fa omo mo to aba no. Omega so mo boots. Like I don't say ya tomo on so mo di ade na chi sa ade na enkoye ebi
so omo to aba man because of the Ayama Real Madrid.
The current situation is we got 2 seasons without a trophy. Real Madrid is in crisis, but they've gone vote for the same person because they believe he can fix the problem. And anytime when you think say institution be a leader even in failure here, and just say at all and they are blind in Tina omudi at the energy. They believe said there's something in this guy. Christ is a woman, he can take us out of it. Look, me a Barcelona through and through. Real Madrid Utie Florentino Perez just after the winning now. I say the journey to win almost 16th Champions League has started because you are 2 abana man every year. Already or the Dumfries eba, you just or the Konate eba, he is fixing a lot of things. Or the Jose Mourinho aba. Jose Mourinho bana wabano. Me sure say he came in for a very, very long-term project. He came in to fix the Real Madrid team as a whole here. Yeah, this uncle Moeda, Makacho, what Florentino Perez, and who Jose Moa, or did he say impempering or Sherry or Real Madrid as a team in he knows what is happening and addressing what team in So if he says, look, among all the coaches I ever available to me, the Real Madrid job is the most lucrative job for any coach we have. Among them, me from Mrs. Obiabe Preso Babe Yedumano. Me jidi say me share the course of Real Madrid them hona. Just a bit my babe solve our problem na mame. Now there's a difference. Is Jose coming to solve the problem of the culture of the team, or Florentino Perez in him say he can add trophies and performance to it? History never change. But for me, I think say the concentration of Jose's appointment, is more to restore Real Madrid culture, than the performance on the pitch. And see, Wabano, ne respect he walks into the dressing room, Obia Buno, Obia will accord him the respect, Obia Beba former mano. And he may have a stable dressing room. Maybe according to Florentino Perez, that is all that they need. It will translate onto the pitch. Okay. Because our Vinicius, our Mbappe, our
game changers,
our Bellingham, our Wemua, the team should be focused, succumb to one voice who is a leader, and probably the rest of the Norman will be fixed. Correlations to him was always going to win. And Real Madrid supporters, have made an emphatic statement. Say on one or more, even though Norman Rich.
4 days na World Cup no shase our Mexico, Canada and then US. Ya de ya. Yami adama the first game said they can catch them no. Between Mexico and then South Africa, 7 p.m. Ghana time, and the opening game no ya de ebeshe so. Now 4 days to the World Cup no countries ni bia shase complaints. Na complaints no contribute to say Iran and Iraq. I'm gonna start here on your complaints. Now complaints be no more ye ni asuzando. Am say wa follow niama. See Iraq ne Iran complaints no. I'm saying dey no say air kosuntia. I'm say we are seeing na enti omo na yen a solution to whatever complaints are omo ɛwɔ World Cup anyame adoma ɛhyɛ on Thursday no.
Rich, good morning again.
Good morning.
So the end World Cup na hyɛ aka 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Thursday. Ghana dey boy dey
17th against Panama.
And Canada, Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto. Na fe ye ko boss na ye ko no Philadelphia. We say no sports minister ko people Philadelphia church. Interesting. But Rich, unim say Iran ne USD. I mean, in the last few months, you name Kosovo, and Tokwana, there are political tensions between these two countries. If Israel Crampo is in the mix, now, near say Iran ever bomb matches America exactly. But then say because of Tawan exactly, or move relocate to almost say, or now move base will be in Mexico. Unlike Ghana, I won't say US. You see, America as a team trainee, you base US, but Iran then you move to Mexico. Now, 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, and I report in my say, America for Mexico and FIFA for reach agreements. Okay? Yes, Mobatna Mexico and Abobono, Ewo, US. Name Mobaba US, damn Bobo tournament and Bobo games now. Movie as Ambassador back.
Young fans, for example, Abia, Iran. About game Tuesday.
That day now.
Tuesday free Mexico.
Yes, that day now.
America about game.
US among Sanko. And then Iran for say Omuko drew a honum no who say I mean say on be free honum on be free Mexico about born US. You did now more officials about 15 visa. Because I mean USA, Mexico and Canada agreed to host the rest of the world. This is the World Cup tournament. US for no amount to strong defense massa. The first Yamamo Kwamana does not mean say Yamamo Kwanamu system no. In fact, they use the word terrorists. Some sneaky into the country terrorists. To Amudia, they are still being rigid with their entry requirement, especially for Iran country. And then Iran, they know. Or Mexico. But the big story is that Mobo game now, Mobaba US. That day now, Mobo Yambasa back. And any agreement, they are complaining about.
You better check it from. All fly from Mexico to US.
Oh, it shouldn't be allowed. No, but we'll put that check him out.
I'm checking mine area. And no bit me a factor.
Now, Iran, the end, I say, me, Shanantini, Biasica rich. Meaning, I only do Baba Mania, okay. Now, Iran, and so they are based in White Sulphur Springs or West Virginia. I want to be busy.
US.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to Kenya. A bit of visa could do America on them. But I want to cry. I want to say, Mudru. Before so ben takunu free play ni musi for man they are checks me eh ono mu ko duri na mo striker AM Hussein na sa brand rich over kana who say Iran Iraq qualified over playoff omone Bolivia na boy one nation winning goal man mo qualify for World Cup tournament the brand no Iraq for superstar mo see for mo
o man to answer me no
yes omo see for na sesa manyo ka won deliver magana nti yempe fufuro e dia asem Jordan what I say on the show we need go to qualify for the World Cup afei emrante could do airport one mo US omo agency no e hole abrante dey say omo be question omo vat omo question close to 7 hours e ho airport before
yen clear Iraq team that 12 free omo
yes I could do America yes
Omedu on striker.
Yes.
Omedu America at the airport.
Yes.
And now almost more questions. Yes. Say
7 hours, close to 7. In fact, BBC reported stories close to 7 hours.
Wow.
And we engage a brand who say almost star striker no. Now the entire Iraq for na buo free say one leader of the team. Ombeshe go to Abrante in the beshe. Odu airport am frustrating no.
Abrante no nya.
Yes. To move here no.
Okay.
After 7 hours, and you see unwuram. Now omo photographer ba konso ka ho omo do potential chare ye hwe wani ma wo nya botere be question on the question of close to 10 hours
photographer
omo ni din komo we after 10 hours am ka tell masa ye ma unko e moton the outrightly omo deny so many room. So right now the big story is that Iraq two officials almost strike who say on the question after 7 hours no ye mani America clone nemom omo photographer the team na chine die omo so many room after 10 hours of questioning. But Rich, the entire issue na be big. In fact, oko BBC kwa na mo banner story say you agree to host us, but people are complaining. So what I say World Cup the US fan na oji tum say we be host. What I say? And some of the entry requirements no na nke bi ni mo hwe ni mu say
ebi credit me ka say
what I say
ebi credit me ka say deliberate as o ma shada person omo deny nipa bi from entering. And I should be brief.
Let me read the BBC caption. A World Cup for them not for us. Fans anger at US travel bans and visa restrictions. And to which the amount for can know. And a US for they say, yes, we are doing say, we'll still be a suffering. But you cry a day, your entry requirements, meaning political tensions among this country, especially Iran. In Timuba, was exactly.
We be posing as a player. Maybe a general the record. And you play a general the okay. That's it for that reporter or the Ayala. Misha sem from free ho. Since some year ebe. I say amama enye Iran ne Iraq nko. Some of the countries who are complaining say kind of omufum and sakra na obenya visa dia kwa America. Akosho World Cup ni bi no. As our DNO is getting out of hand and very frustrating.
Enra na mene Madam Fubi was Scotland. Na mene ni di nkomo. Scotland for a long time among qualify for World Cup. And almost I qualify for World Cup. A lot of former citizens have been denied visas. Ama or say share television or more local television. They say there are a lot of American businesses for Scotland. Our mukro man also air threatening almost say almost also put some restrictions on more businesses in here there because Omujidi say American embassy for Nini Omundi ni ye. And a peculiar issue to Iran, Iraq, Ghana near Yunko. For almost they've not been to the American embassy before for an interview, no. Probably they would think it is purely a mafia job. But Rich, you do not determine say you qualified or when you qualified to enter US. They determine. Omo no mo kire e omo man enti omo no mo be kire say wo deserve say owura me krom wo undeserve. In fact, even when you are issued American visa, Rich, they give you a note informing you say visa na ye dey ama won does not guarantee you entry to the US. The only thing that guarantees you entry to the US is when you pass immigration.
So I could do crew.
And to bet me any visa. Ube for plane a free crew. I could do America so you so airport or. But immigration checks, security no more do be from ebusa the entire yama wakonya ma unreko man no crash here no that interview cry on its own. The fact of the matter and say a Crobian in a sovereignty. And the Caribbean they determine who they are allowed to enter Omukrom and as someone allow Omukrom. And Emrana Wahon is strictly upheld by Omo. Minu ewo Stuttgart Airport. Yeah, transit ewo Netherlands and Ghana. When you be as you say come kwa na make kwa na ka say you again. Rich. Yede apart from your bags and you check in or cargo. Yede your hand luggage that they be plane inside no. Two security checks in no. What happened? They say so. There were one or two things be ye.
Because our bag say
yes.
Yes,
me say then in the no because they were identifying things through the scan. Rich, ye jina hona a white guy be in the upper or mid what is say bare mid 40s more. Ne bag no almost say debi almost the first scanning be quick ujina chie na me call na me kacha broni ni so oh I didn't know me hand luggage ni mun enku ni sa man and also okay they first ask you before they open say dear be na war bag ni when they ask you omo person ye no kwafo emom dia wo kan no so omo biem no mu say okay some they wo kan say woman and one the woman they know you are not lying. Omo no be determine whether okay nku no does it pose any threat to them and say bibi until so when they open my bag omo who said they be kind na the woman they zip it up and say memfanko but Rich the other guy who was white or you brony on him no for bear 3 bi na etu kwan what happened to him? They detained his bag and they told him said they suspect there was some electronic adibi woman Aquano must disclose what it really is.
Close to bear 40 minutes.
When they were doing Zando myself to be rest to do mommy. Na pick call your mommy. when omuye scrutiny no rich ye gina hona no airport security policeman no
omune take you over quickly quickly
the moment the police in the bedroom you saw what the airport checks so if you can't left the bag me bisa when you ask why do they do it? I was say the moment the airport police bedroom where checks you don't have to touch BBI because a bit say you can tamper with evidence the police took over, called the man, interrogate him. Oh yeah, Akwanim Kofano no mutu kwano. They were laughing at him. No more say but Akwanim was explaining say I say a drone you been a shine the bag in him and then the remotes in electronic gadgets be. But they had to authenticate and know say at the end who the full plane na enkofa problem bi ama na say makwa ma diva ekroni enkofa problem bi ama. Look, what I'm trying to say is say these things ayana impempi no your opinion about it outside doesn't matter. It doesn't. Omo enkofa mu there is nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it.
So I will say, my document be okay because U.S. embassy or mama visit to work today.
There is nothing you can do about it, right?
Oh no, there is
nothing you can do about it. Me meeting her in the next 2 weeks, my call work up no. But I know, say, even though I have the visa, I was say me shame nyoma nyina ye, including me do immigration. I have to. I was say me nyoma ye. And yes, sir, I can't come back and sit here and say, oh, and I'm going to about me do come so mommy and so what? And go baby, into which you can't do anything about it. Meet their laws, they will allow you. If you don't meet it, hey, opa transfer from Makasa and mafia. What does US get in say Iraq and I say
Americans,
it is not as if say these countries are in the group of America and like so they are frustrated as Africa tactics just to weaken the opponents in the preparedness. But US doesn't have any match to play with these countries. They just must instruct. And I was saying who say say Rich, based on international diplomacy, how strict US rules on a Ghanaian wanting to enter US will be different from how strict US rules on Obi Iran and also Iraq to enter the US because of international get it. You know, it will be tighter when you know it will be looser when you get so you know a very very good rapport. You know, and yes, those things are left for the international diplomacy people to debate and talk about it. Wow, it doesn't change anything, and sometimes experience in Kitibi will make you understand. Say, and you're straightforward, sir. If you are traveling,
okay. I ran to the bag no no. I think him saying is a laser be also.
Yeah. Some must
what has onim and don't catch and say to me look me say Jude say oh how there we are no more ya branteno say bia we bibini anke na be ka say and when police will take you over omo airport oni na so you
have to
close to 40 minutes omo interrogating back and forth they must know less and no deal because you can quickly use it to trigger a bomb plane so what I say and Mekai you do Stuttgart airport the kind of a year film security checks are from Anzana no Mekacha alas they have a different serious it's normal there
are sometimes Mekai drew there are some checkpoints who drew because they know some football game. Then they are like, oh, Ghana football. Okay, then you
drew together. Man, fine, we are Ghana so what? Exactly. And I never go. Therefore,
Obiani the way I see
checkpoints in Kwa. Therefore, airport on Kwa. It's normal. Abrante bi the message bi abana fe Jude yento aso the air Black Stars in sense no Alfredo say Americans don't play with their security. Even some of us we the citizens get detained for hours at the airport when you return back from outside the country. Into onumpa or yes citizen or America kunum who are America be 30 40 me can say bra chance also or Virginia or America chepa or ba Ghana or kono or Drew airport or could Drew America kunum airport war the kind of a you fair man son no or to chromo or green card enti omo security after that 9/11
and near
omo decide so security there especially omo checkpoint or no omo enfanya so it's normal
and rich entia dey biase oni ye pe say tension ankasa wo wiase
sure
emra yi wom no enye mrepa now tension na wo wiase no the oil target kese panso ya America unim a fact say omo ye target for now rich unim adia America for you no omo bo obi ahoban o enye just America crew no omo bo obi okọ World Cup ni bi omo bo ahoban bi
because imagine you bought a World Cup game e be a stadium let's say for the pay 40,000 50,000 with America the stadium is so imagine say be manu susumi na so me nka say sa na be but imagine e be omo security no omo mani anko ho no mo obi finding a way na sabio sabi kotu bomb bibi ni ade a imagine
be rich one say America okra CIA or FBI or one more intelligence before all ya ade bia no onim reason tia ode o say na ayala Emma example be rich me kwa American embassy me kwa interview mu nyina mo ya aware say me nya me visa me mo me nya visa makwa me ya approve me visa enso later omo se omo mfa ma me munya munim say you approve me visa me qualify but later no minim ade ohun in the checks or yeah what's we refuse you rich so oni mini asem oni mini problem but e bi o feel say ade bi o ho a anko yie e bi am nsisa me niam bi yie and me catch o plane say no crane me ankasa me hwe me passport no me hu say DS 160 no there was a mistake me passport no 19th May no I woman me DS 160 no about 20th May so mistake ababe
there are some disparities
yes there are some disparities me jitum say me kra na do what passing interview no me see your visa has been approved but me farmer
e dey na betimi
but no e crab say me present is document required and me put them back for the interview.
Okay. I say you people are getting it. I say you people are getting all this wrong. This is not about check issues. It's about visa denial. Why didn't they tell them some of their players won't be able to enter US before they qualified? Oh, they be there. Also, na someone's wrong. You see, the fact that we player, what board yama Iraq, Iran, Ghana, whatever, wabo team na muna qualify no. And then just say, a drew say you have a World Cup now. Udu on my own, you may be check you. They check everything. So I'm few sub box bo na on take care. Dear Mnani channel, they will apply it. It's not a matter of football qualifiers and a player. Now then I say Kotoko Fokobo, Akobo America. Aye, they be rich. And I wouldn't want to about Arabs. Only one thing about Arabs are almost to say. Ubet me who ayala. I know a position or player now. That's not about an enemy. Oh my, you know, move on. I think we move on. Black Stars. A game against Honduras. Amaso. According to Penifono, almost a game no intimi Amaso. But am I in preparation in Tosini? Because so I'll show your opponent and no more group no ma. Most of them now have bought matches before Crown Sana. You started walk up, but your game against Honduras, you know, you come say walk up to my first game against Panama because young name kwaya Carlos Cruz by Gia Jumano or share time or the Gia Jumano to the World Cup Shapa. The only game Carlos Cruz at the bench and the Black Stars about and say against a vote or boy a draw. So it means that after say Honduras game na Barcelona, whatness and high in preparation no Jude.
Rich, a very good question na we be sir. Onim say per coach back one oba fair jumana in a Webeka so at a disadvantage Carlos Corres. For Otuado buy no at least onya akwan a boy against Nigeria home and away. Inti onya fair idea in team no eso. Now Rich say Ocean coaches already a World Cup ye kwa yitimi perform ya ade baako na eyi ne ho. So for Atomejukovic na obaba befa Milovan Reavacha. Omo nyina no hwe ba bia omo fa ye free. Djokovic ebo yen AFCON. Ayentimi an qualify him free in group mu ani Zimbabwe ni Nigeria mu. And Sakra na yes ababe World Cup no. Yes sounds a couple of friendly games sounds a boy. The same applies to Milovan Reavac. Milo cried the okay said ne time at a point the boy against even Holland Munina in your opportunity and no more boy. In your big games a boy. Nigeria Munina Emma you team no a year. Including Mexico. In your opportunity boss how much is Nina. But Rich Coach Edi onya competitive game bia emoy. Friendly game unso a boy was against Wolves. Just one game. Shayen opponent ye no mbebo yen first game. Panama. Panama so far about 3 matches.
3
friendlies. Already ne coach Thomas Christensen. Why at the helm of affairs Ache as compared to our coach. Tiwanya a fair idea of the team. When him say Panama players, they been an may check here DB. Under 17 na yakoi 2015 sa World Youth Championship na yakoi no. Ana atizigi emani post for us no. Obenya about 6 or 7 of their players. Almo call competition nibi. Still more part of this squad now. Almost key players within their setup. So usha dey be a chemistry, telepathy. Ni na juma consistency juma. Was saying a couple of friendlies abo and sign profile of teams or no boy. We are bought against almighty Brazil. Rich, when your opportunity we are bought against this team Dominican Republic. Yes, say be okay within the football context. Dominican Republic a big team. I agree, but the point is when you saw opportunity no, and was also bought against this team about Honduras. Or ye idea be ya jene emma so. I say idea football be provided. The bet media about onboarding in Rich or prepare no towards it. Say obo against Brazil na all petim back or bema of flair certainly Brazilians bema osadian. Only Brazil abo. When you game, Ghana in game no, a drew baby a flair ebebem. Wabo against Honduras. Say open energy and what day pa. Honduras for bema osadian. Who say a strategic I didn't know you. Wabo against him.
No, sir, there. That is our country be because if your group no opponent and now if you have opponent the same way no vibe no now you no ma bona you how almost bomb yeah
and Rich why yes any money into one Brazil amano there sort of obsession competition ohia amadi na hu the team no strength and the weakness when you side no in Brazil at the same time was saying a fair idea say Ghana a flare na ode ba Brazilians never flare na omo flare in the channel inti wo hu ekwan a obefa so a ohia na so de side na ba obehia wo energy na ade ba strength physique na ade ba Honduras for the side no amano already omo ankasa Panama for omo side no omo trump card ba ko ti Honduras nso de side na ba inti ekamia kwa say de ye de ba on board bia no Rich when ya sade no because ye be combine niema miensa ye speed beba anwode beba flare beba ye game no sa niema ni nyina bebem and in Brazil in Honduras mono when ya sa niema ni nyina it Rich for now Thomas Christensen any meeting ni ye at the chain Ghana no creba kope oni meeting ni ye pa by now no me sure say or bench obonani a ne team ne nim de opese okire players ne nso a omo pitch ne so nso no omo nso omo ba chemistry no ewo ho omo mre reach be bisa won say even for at club level and then ma heart folk e be so successful at a point na ya de baako anamienu one coach no says so Jones atko ifio and the boys ne na chai obehu team no players ne nso na omo gina pitch ne so nso majority of them omo bo omo che enim omo ho anti vibe no ho chemistry no ho telepathy no ho but ye de no ye nya ne sa and only disadvantage ye wo empanama afo no ya ade bi all matches no omo bo na record goals obesane kura rich one or say goals anti yes no ono nso san say goals and who say ye can say the art of goal scoring air problem ye team and omo de yes omo no so omo last game patch on ball 4-2 mebo against mighty Brazil or the 2 balls to Brazil net it is a usho de enkrofo no ya rich said the coach no enya a fair assessment of his team one how and the team no ACT no
brother Jude facha me na yenwura US na yene customer for edema the Ghana Football Association Henry Asante Tum our line so yene no any enkomo awo ahoma no so Harry otumika good morning. I'm saying maybe Henry voice, but I don't know. Harry. Said Bibia Boko there with US. Yen said team no US amobo for the World Cup. The first game on the 17th. So far, Oba describing preparation saying and Yamako our US.
Well, in short, like I say, preparation, okay. We are a happy group. We are a focused group. We are a determined group, and we want to make a name in this tournament. Nyame ya dumwa yewie we smart Tuesday, you know. And one of the reasons was to come early and get used to the weather and then also adjust quickly. And you know, the coach na ensure say play there the team in mind towards continued preparation for the tournament. And you know, recovery training the way, you know, Fiada, Memenda, and Akwesi. The training has been very, very intense. With the exception of Enra, Ochenji training ground, you know, we have been training at the American University Pitch 2. Obano, we are training very exciting. You can see, say these are those who are hungry. These are players pushing to the eye of the coach. So, there is nothing like a starting 11, even though from your side, who to be predicting who you think would be in the starting 11, but he's giving an equal opportunity to everybody, every player in the team, and that has been the focus at the training ground. And instead of the American University Pitch 2 and Raya called training facility on training. We are would accept few knocks here and there because they had a long season with their clubs. The amount of work into the training, you know, is as if some way pre-season, and that is what you need around this time of season. And there, maybe players get you off their mind. You always have to be on them. There is a lot of work in the pool, in the gym, on the pitch, and it's continuous. It's not as if saying no, you're consistent. from Cardiff ABC and now no pay I mean okay for me I think that training has been very good. Me share ni mo say e beto aso sa kopem say YBC.
Okay. Now, Harry, me and him say you bought your second game as in a preparatory game at the Etia Honduras, but yet from Ghana as a game no, and to me, so about saying didn't see.
We haven't confirmed. From the official point of view, we are confirming match and Amazon. But your ball, German or Australia, you know, we had already announced the new Wales ball. Second had been on the table for a long time. Now, as part of the build-up, you then decided second match now, you then need to decide whether you stay in Europe and play and come here late, or the decision was that American team. Let me say that say it's not Europe 1 more week crowd we would have played one of the teams in the world because one of them wanted to play us.
Okay.
But now you decided to say you're about American, and we didn't want to change that plan. Now I will say a ball will see by US. Around that time, talking to some possible men of we spoke to our 4 trees. Because everything on us, cost of accommodation, cost of feeding, transportation. I said, I go back to America, in Abaha, and other logistical needs needed to be attended to. And but all them things are co-World Cup. And even some countries are Encore World Cup had also planned some games. It is a whole planning game. I was say and it will be the Asia. So open say only will be boy. I was say one sure say the open say only bottom. If I say bonus transportation any problem. And I say need the back we and I mean we are opportunity for the one I be the person match. You didn't come to one away and we didn't. The decision has not been positive. It is say I'm no confirm friendly match. We wish we have been our second and last for Carlos before Ansana ever going to the he's fine. He's not too worried. One of the things he wanted to do was to spend more time with the team, get closer to the players, understand their thinking, and then also make them believe, say, on this mission, anything is possible. And I think he is on course.
Okay, see, Henry, me to say, say Honduras game there, ambassador, but I'm more try some one game be Amayabo Ansana Yabo Panama.
And confirm game be as we speak, there is nothing on the table. It's not a sorry anopa, na say Biba apa, na possible say every boy the way I pen on we will look into it and Honduras say Kuwait say Fiji say Javak. There is nothing like that.
Okay. Aaron, yam found na line no cry mu. Okay, yam fa Henry sia na line no mu sheda enye ayisa but I'm saying what there na Henry. Also sen come try Europa. Now there are some top countries where or more tries and come in bubble. But the plan was that after World's game now young American uncle to a preparation.
You see, to be blunt, the air cosono is not nice. And it is not the best of preparations now with the Maya Blasters. No. And I will tell you why. And my young very, very far with other countries at the World Cup. Let's concentrate on your group. Now a woman, any countries in a woman. My started with Panama in number first game. Which 31st May, yeah. And a Panama ball Brazil. Elusi 6-2. Ombori in 4th June yeah. Omobo Dominican Republic. We need 4-2. Then Saturday yeah, Monday. Saturday yeah. Panama played another game against Bosnia and Herzegovina. About 1-1. Saturday yeah. And June Panama has been able to plan 3 games. 3 games. Bosnia, because on about 2 Europeans. Bosnia is a European country. About Dominican Republic, which is a low profile game to win, to boost the confidence, and what about almighty Brazil for exposure. Now, maybe some more social media will help. Enra, into Canada, and Omoda Notawasa Resort and Conference Center, and now Madame Fubi Canada. He just drove past them and see, oh, Charlie, me who Panama team no RCCA. The man who saw mu check in. Nota. Very nice place. Yes. So I will share of YouTuber probably social media funded the tour. You will see the resort. Very, very nice. Baby, look at the place. I want a Panama for Nakwakoda. And they've played 3 games in preparation and they've already entered Canada.
Maybe a bubble game, no?
Yeah, Bobo a second game against England. Yeah. Now England abo New Zealand. Omobo New Zealand and I am Monday. Ochinechi, which is Wednesday. Omobo Costa Rica. And they are playing Costa Rica because of Panama. Croatia and Omobo last game. Unso say no Croatia bo game. Anyway, they beat Slovenia 2-1. Already in June, they've already played Belgium. And Omobo 1st April against Brazil, which is a South American team. And see, the preparation from your other country members in no more group look more solid than Ghana your plan. And say that should be manususum now. So your corner no man kuya. People will come back and question the way we prepared for your World Cup.
In fact, that's why na inche onkitu ebi mrasi yampacho yebatisia. According to Penifono, almost a game no
into one.
I'm training for very, very intense. With the exception of Enra, Ochenji training ground, we have been training at the American University too. Obama we are training very exciting. You can see say these are those who are hungry. These are players pushing to the eye of the coach. So there is nothing like a starting 11, even though from your side, we'll be predicting who you think would be in the starting 11. But he's giving an equal opportunity to everybody, every player in the team, and that has been the focus at the training ground. And instead of the American University page 2 and call training facility on and trading. Would accept few knocks here and there because they had a long season with their clubs. The amount of worker caught into the training, is as if somewhere pre-season, and that is what you need around this time of season. And there, maybe players get tune off their mind. You always have to be on them. There is a lot of work in the pool, in the gym, on the pitch, and it's continuous. It's not as if saying no, they are consistent from Cardiff ABC and now no pay for me, I think that training has been very good. Me assure you say ebe to aso sa kopem say ABC.
Okay. Now, Harry, near say you bought your second game as in a preparatory game at the Etia Honduras, but yet from Ghana as a game no, and to me, so about saying didn't see.
We haven't confirmed. From the official point of view, we are confirming match and Amazon. But your ball,
Camel Natural Selection Charger at the Aba Jaso Udi Jaria and Maukala Neba Kama. Na your honey and milk diano rose and white tea, avocado and papaya, alloy and milk, coconut and vanilla, and blueberry. And lavender nini na said the one kasa pet said the nisham no ene de be ma okala na na one kasa what you see now so to me ato aye kama obi odi dware bia edi ho dance e hwerewro kama sanso na sham and into di dware a e said the odi perfume na edi agu eye ohoma okala no so etimi aye fenti aya na so no watimi ato bia ene komase nkan na no e ade a ebi abo ho 0243-744-855. Ofra na onso etimi ajode na bibiano kama edi ama aya rapi apena sorry.
I'm about to say omo ansampa de mo bia omadi 10 years since omo be register as a betting company ewo Ghana ha na eyeme no mienu na eni omadi djuma no ama the success story no edru ewiase afana bebia enunti se na omadi 10 years a omo no mienu nyina ana share in sa celebration no intimate show e free na kosi 20th of June bet we say blomo platform no so utwa beta the moment abetwa bet na wie no o ye ntata say obe unlock a scratch and win card every day bia to utwa bet in we ya scratch and win card no o de no answer one unlock a sika bia de actually bia no e sika wo a winning as part of the 10-year celebration na betway and so eye e wo mo platform no so betway there anyasa bra na betwa bet udio wendio eno no enyo masemu unya be ka mo bosua no ho a na ye nyina ye abusua prakope ntisi adodode ba na ya che na obia enya ne chefa e wo mu 3 million Ghana cedis ana betway etwa to ho se scratch and win omo ne ye nyina ye be che na yetimi enya 10-year celebration no so emfaso ntimi show. So only bet your account abra or bet your account so just go on the platform na bet only bet your account at www.betway.com.gh betway.com.gh na ecomo platform na so Gaming Commission ajisankra to ya tumu undi 18 years am sure on ka ho so where the 18 years there and a betway say get way more
Tumi no na bonti impamcho yes sorry ni akofa dum kase no edi amam ye ba Obra Atuan Monday edition. Ohima Benewa and team na set ha. Omuso edijumedie no edi ebre yakam nyina yeda masina menya adoma ebesan enemu ehia adom kase ena eto aso.